Having been used to be there, we find this premises something new, if not odd. Anyway, thanks to Swami for having brought us again to this morning session, the Friday. Those are the Fridays when you find me missing here is because of organizational Swami's mission elsewhere. In other words, you can take it that I am on deputation. So, but yet I am not at home. I'll be traveling and talking to people. Okay, my friends, what should we talk about this morning? I'm fully convinced of the fact that we should talk on general topics relating to Swami and his message, and certainly not at all limiting to personal experiences. The days have changed. We should know how to present the message. Because of my travel across the globe, I really understand the need to make general appeal. So it is in that context, let me speak on this topic. Bhagavan Sri Sathya Baba, the Divine Master. Bhagavan Sri Sathya Baba, the Divine Master. He is not a teacher. He is not a simple guru. Guru is a teacher. Baba is a Sadguru. Guru is a teacher. Sadguru is the Divine Master. Let us be very clear about it. Guru is a teacher. I am a guru for 49 years. I don't think that I have grown spiritually, nor my students either. This guruhood is different. Because of our academic qualifications, we are gurus teaching in our educational institutions. But Bhagavan Sri Sathya Baba is a Sadguru, the Divine Master. That is the topic for this morning. Let me see to what extent I would be doing justice to the topic within the constraints of time. A guru passes on the information. All the information I have, I'll pass on to my students. That's only my job. I am only a transmitter. I am only a postman. I am only an agent for the transmission of knowledge of the past. I am not discovering anything here and telling my boys. No. Newton discovered long ago. Few hundred years ago, I teach as if I have discovered now. So a guru or a teacher is a transmitter of information of the past. But a Sadguru is not at all for information. Let us be clear about it. Sadguru wants to bring about transformation and not to pass on the information alone. What is the difference between information and transformation? Most of us are very good in repeating these alliterations or gimmicks of the language. But let me explain a little bit what it is. Information is the job of the mind. It is the mind that receives the data. It is the mind that receives all that is taught in the classroom. It is the mind that reacts, that reflects, that responds, that receives all that is given, all that is taught. So information, meaning minister of portfolio for information is mind. Okay, then what do I need? My mind should be able to understand at least. My mind should be critical. My mind should be full of understanding. Because if I have no understanding, well, I am unfit to be a teacher. My student is doubly unfit to be a student. So information has 2 points. One, it is the job of the mind. And number 2, only requirement is understanding. That's all. Transformation is not like that. It calls for change in you. A change. Supposing a boy is a smoker in the class. At the end of the class, he can continue to be a smoker. After getting the degree, he will be a non-stop smoker. Who knows? But transformation is not like that. A smoker becomes non-smoker. Alcoholic becomes a teetotaler. A non-vegetarian becomes a vegetarian. So transformation demands a change, a total change. Unlike information, which is only psychological. Mind serves as simply a tape recorder, receiving all that. But transformation, a change in you. Bhagavan Sri Sathya Baba, the Divine Master, aims at transformation and is very, very successful in that. Across the globe, you'll find thousands of people who are transformed. Atheists becoming theists. Selfish are selfless. Greedy fellows turning to be men of sacrifice. Self-centered turn to be loving, lovable. That's how Baba, the Divine Master, is bringing about a transformation, not merely dissemination of knowledge. Number 2, as a teacher, I teach. The students know. Supposing I tell them, did I teach this? Yes, sir, you taught. Do you know this? Yes, sir, I know. So information, the guru, the job of a teacher is to make a student know what I am teaching. If the student does not know what I am teaching, my classroom will be empty next day. I'll find all my students successfully failing in the examination. It's not so. So information, the job of the guru is to make his subject known to the student. Knowing. Understanding, knowing. He should know that. But information is not like Jagat Guru is not happy if you know. I stand before Baba and give wonderful speech. And everybody says, Anil Kumar, oh, what a speech it is. If anyone goes to Swami and says, Swami, Anil Kumar made a good speech. Acha bolta hai, nahi karta hai. He speaks well, but he doesn't act. He doesn't do what he speaks. So Swami is concerned not with what you know, but what you do. But with what you do. Therefore, Jagat Guru wants us to know that knowing is doing. Knowing is doing. Without doing, knowing is the job of a tape recorder. I am none other than a tape recorder. Therefore, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Baba The Sadguru brings about transformation by forcing all of us to take to action along the lines of what is known, along the lines what is taught to us. Third, a guru, if he explains, also at times, sometimes, entertains a benefit of doubt, scope for argument, scope, chance for debate. Whatever that said by Guru need not be accepted by a teacher. Because there is always scope to question him. Supposing I teach like that, he can say, sir, I don't understand. I don't follow what you say. He can say that. But as a teacher, if I say, don't ask that question, I am a useless teacher. A teacher is the one who entertains questions. If he does not entertain questions, he is no teacher at all. Therefore, in regular teaching, a guru gives a chance for questioning. There is a scope for arguments and also occasion to debate, to differ. Simple example. A teacher may say, a fundamentalist, the Muslim rule spoiled this country. A student can say, I am sorry, sir, you are wrong. The Muslim rule contributed to the culture, sculpture, architecture, beauty. Take Qutub Minar, Charminar, beautiful places of art pieces. How do you say that Muslim rule damaged? A student can question you because there is a scope. As a teacher, one might say, British rule spoiled the country. A student may get up and say, I'm sorry, sir, you're wrong. British are responsible for education system in our country. British introduced railways, judiciary, postal, or administration. All these are the gifts of the British to this country. So why do you say the British spoiled? Therefore, a guru gives the chance to differ, to debate, to argue, and to question. But the Divine Master Sadguru gives no chance for any debate because he does not communicate. He does not communicate verbally. We know Baba sitting there on the chair without talking to anybody, just moving his hand into the empty air, looking somewhere though we are seated in front. Why he looks like that? What is it that he is sending signals to whom? We do not know. But at the same time, we find devotees coming and telling us, Swami wants me to do. Swami directed me so. Swami told me this. When did he tell you? You were sitting there on the chair. I never saw you telling you anything. Some people come and say, Swami told me. Oh, I see. Some people also say, Swami wants me to do that. I never saw Swami talking to you. Swami may not communicate, but he communes. Communication is verbal, vocal, put by word or written. Communion is from within. Communion is from within, prompting the inner voice, your conscience, that is communion. So Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, the Divine Master, wants us to establish a holy communion with Him, not a verbal communication. Whereas gurus, teachers, We are experts in communication. But in communion, impossible. Because it is only the conscience that dictates. It is the conscience that voices its view. It is the conscience that directs. Therefore, a Sadguru, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, communes and not communicates. And in this communion, there are really wonderful things. In communication, only one thing. I speak, you hear. I write, you read. That's all. Communication, verbal or written. But communion is different. After darshan, I know some devotees coming and tell me, Swami said, don't do it. When did he tell he is on the dais? Swami said, okay to my proposal. When did he say? My friends, please go back to those days. Swami's gestures, hand movements, his looks, his smiles commune with you. Whereas words communicate, gestures commune. You got the point? Therefore, the Divine Master, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, establishes holy communion by his gestures, smiles and actions, not merely by his, not necessarily only talk or conversation. Therefore, it is very fantastic if we think of the Divine Master. As a teacher, as a guru, I need to convince my students. Look here, this is what happens. Look here, this is what it is. A teacher has to convince his students. Yes. By his effective presentations. Sometimes students come to my class with some prejudices and arguments. I need to convince them. But Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, the Divine Master, the inner conscience, does not need to convince us, no need to convince. It goes directly to you. How? You should be open-minded. You should be open-minded. You should not have prejudices. You should not have any bias. You should not have any lopsided view. You should not be partial. You should be open. When once you are open, you can receive Holy Communion. If you are free from all hatred and prejudices, you are open to Holy Communion. Therefore, my friends, the Divine Master wants us to be open. He doesn't need to convince us. He will relate it to you. He will relate it to you. Yes. It is not a general thing. Suppose Swami wants me to go to West Indies or Australia. It is related to me, not everybody. You understand that? Whereas in teaching, applies to everybody. Guru's teaching applies to everybody. Sadguru's Holy Communion is related individually. Please understand. Sadguru's communion is related to individuals. Teacher's communication applies to everybody. Really a beautiful concept of a Sadguru of the Eastern philosophy. The concept of Sadguru is alien to the Western thought. The concept of Sadguru is common in Eastern thought. Another point. After all, I can say why it is. Why? That's all. Because when I explain why, all will come to know. Uniform way. But a Sadguru will not stop at that point of why. No. Sadguru Bhagavan Sri Sathya Baba explains how. How is more important than why? Why? Suppose a simple example. I am a human being. Why are you a human being? Why? I have no answer. After all, I may explain as a biologist, you are a human being because you were a fish at one time, a frog later, animal later, and a wonderful monkey of late, and you are a human being amidst us, sometimes showing previous habits too. So that's a part. It's not simply like that. You are a human being. Anything may be explained why. Philosophers, theists, knowledge people may say, you are born as a human being because of special grace of God. Thank you. So what? I am born as a human being because of the strong will of God. Then what? So what? But a Sadguru does not merely explain why. He tells how. How to be a human being. How to be a true human being. Meaning, we are not human. I don't need to teach trees there, behave like trees. They'll say, you fool, I'm already behaving like trees. I don't need to tell animals, behave like animals. They'll say, we are better than you. It is only a human being who is to be taught how to be a human being. That's why Swami started education in human values. EHV, Educare, Bala Vikas. All these courses for us. No course for any trees there. They don't need any course, any university, any orientation class, or any workshops. Not necessary. They do their job. But whereas we fellows need to be told regularly, you are a human being, be a human being, because the newspapers and the TV channels often make us feel ashamed to call ourselves human beings. Many of the actions of the modern humans are animalistic or bestial, least human. Therefore, when others say why, a Sadguru tells us how. How is a method. How to be a human being, there is a method. There is a way. There is a procedure. It is a technique. It is a path along which I am supposed to dwell and try to be a human. Therefore, Sadguru's approach is practical, whereas Guru's approach is theoretical. I tell in the class, speak truth. Well, I may not speak truth. I may not be able to speak truth. But I tell everybody, speak truth. Therefore, what all that are taught are only principles, theoretical precepts, concepts, notions, ideologies, that's all. But a Sadguru will make it practical, realistic, approachable. Why? It's simple. See no evil, see what is good. Hear no evil, hear what is good. How practical it is. Rather saying always be good, anybody can say that. How can you be good? See no evil. Be good. Do good. See good. There is positive suggestions to implement, practical steps to be taken so that we would realize those concepts in our day-to-day life. Therefore, a Sadguru is more practical, realistic, and not merely theoretical. I can also tell you another point. When Guru explains, I go to my classroom and listen to my professor. If I am sharp in grasping what he says, remember what I have learned, memorize what I read, recall and recollect at the time of examination, and be able to put it on paper, good, O grade, 80%. It is all the thought process. It is all psychological process. It is all memorization, recollection, capacity to remember. But a Sadguru expects us something more. He expects my thought process. He expects my attitude. He expects from me a change in my speech faculty, in my dietary habits. Yes. A Sadguru directs you what to eat, what not to eat. A Sadguru tells you what to think and what not to think, what to do, what not to do. In other words, Sadguru expects a change in your total personality. Total personality. Whereas a Guru wants us memory, sharp memory, that's enough. But the Swami is not enough. How you walk, how you look to others, how you look at others, what you speak, these are all that matter. A personality, in total, the totality is important to a Sadguru, which I would like to bring to your notice. As a Guru, as a teacher, when I make some statements, there will be some hesitation. There may be some agitation from students. Hesitation and sometimes confusion. Yes, I may be confused and I may doubly confuse my students. Yes, confusion is one of the techniques of a teacher. Because if I don't confuse, they will pull my collar. So if you confuse him, well, bell will be rung and he will leave the class. The methods of teaching, ABCD, I think I told you some time back. ABCD of teaching, avoid. If any student asks you, what is it, sir? It's not necessary for you now. Avoid. B, bypass. Accepting that, you go to other things. Bypass. C, confuse. Confuse him that he forgets the very question. Some people talk to us. We go to meet a person. I know a very important gentleman. Let me not name him. You go to him for some purpose. He will talk to you in such a way that you forget the very purpose. And his answers are so evasive that you cannot decide. Supposing he put a question, example, "Sir, shall I come this evening at 4 o'clock for Swami's darshan?" Only two, yes or no, that's what we expect. He won't say that. Better you be there by 3 o'clock and Swami may by 4, but at times Swami may be 6, then in that case you can be 5:30, but if 6:30 is better, but 3:30 you take no chance. When do you want me to come? Is that the answer to my question? That's how some people converse. That's how some people answer. Such that you forget the very question in total confusion. Because that man hesitates. He is full of hesitation. Therefore he leaves you in confusion. But Swami never leaves you in doubt or any confusion. Swami's statements are straight. Straight. Somebody asked me, "Swami, because of generation gap, our children are not paying attention to our words. Our students are not paying attention to our words because of generation gap." Swami did not say, a generation gap at times may happen, generation gap may not be there, but at times it will show off its head. No confusion. Straight away he'll say, "Nonsense. Nonsense. There is nothing like generation gap. The sunrise, the sunset, the seasons, all happen. There is no change in the nature. There is no generation gap there. Why here? In order to defend one's own mistakes, in order to cover up one's own sins, pitfalls, weaknesses, they may project in a polished style under the title generation gap. It is only mental block. There is nothing like Swami straight away puts like that. Therefore, Swami's statements are bold statements. Bold statements. Very strong, that's all. Leaving scope for no confusion or ambiguity. I can also tell you, after listening to Swami, after having been exposed to Swami, what happens? The Swami wants you, Y-O-U, capital letters. Not your dress, not your positions, not your power, pelf, tinsels and trash. Swami wants you. I may change my faces, I may change my dresses, but remain unchanged as a person. Swami is not happy. Because he saw some people wearing uniform dress. He looked at them. It is not enough if you have uniform dress. It's more important that you have unity among yourselves. Therefore, he wants you, not your faces that you change, not your dresses that change. You are important. And you know the gurus, the teachers, what they do? They throw much light on different topics. Yes, all teachers are capable of dispelling the darkness of ignorance. All experienced teachers will shed light so that you will come to know many, many things that you do not know. Such as Sai Baba is not for merely shedding light. No. Not merely to dispel darkness alone. Baba is not merely light of knowledge. Baba is to give you insight, not mere light. Insight is much more important than light. Light is knowledge. Insight is wisdom. Light is information. Insight is transformation. Light is outer. Insight is within. Therefore, insight, which is more important. And Swami wants us to know in practice what he tells us to be true, to be practical, to come to our experience. What Swami says should come to our experience, not simply repeat like a parrot. A parrot repeats, not knowing what it is. Am I a parrot to repeat? Am I a DVD to repeat? Am I a CD to repeat? Some gentleman said, Anil Kumar, I want the phone number of so-and-so. Sir, whose phone number you want? He said, he's a great Vedic scholar. The man who asked me is a great elderly person. I said, sir, beg your pardon, let me know who is a Vedic scholar. Who is a Vedic scholar? He said, the one who can chant Veda upside and downside, A to Z, Z to A. Any canto, any verse from anywhere, that, that. I'm sorry, sir, DVD can do better job. A CD can do better job. I'm sorry. If you want to say mere chanting, mere repetition is a sign of scholarship, I'm sorry. No. One should know their meaning. One should know how to apply to their life. So the Veda has got to be understood. Meaning has to be obtained, procured. And that meaning should be adopted meaningfully and come to our experience. Then you can say he is a scholar. Otherwise, it is a menu card. If you look at the menu card, pie, pizza, hamburger, your hunger is not satiated until you eat. Menu card will not satisfy your hunger. Similarly, mere citation, mere repetition is only a sound but not experience. Experience is different from sound. Therefore, Bhagavan, the Sadguru, wants us to experience what he says. It only means what? You don't simply expect answers from your Guru. Supposing a Guru, I ask him questions and he gives answers. But Sathya Baba is different. He is not simply answering your questions. No, please understand this. He wants you to attain the answer, but not simply obtain the answer. Not simply obtain the answer, you should attain the answer. Attainment of an answer comes out of experience. Obtaining the answer comes by questioning. I ask you, you give me. I obtain the answer. But I attain the answer when I experience it. Therefore, Swami's answers are to be attained and not to be merely obtained. Another, Bhagavan Sathya Baba, the Sadguru, his way of tackling things. Rarely we come across, very rarely, we see Swami referring to the past. No. If he tells you, see good, do good, be good, is it of yesterday? Is it of the past? Tell me. Swami's teaching is not of the past. It is not to be applied to the future. Please understand, my friends. It is not for the future. It definitely not for the past. It is for the present. Therefore, Sadguru gospel, Sadguru message is meant for the present, to live in the present, to live in the moment, and certainly, definitely not related to the past, much less the future. That's what we should understand. So, I am not in the past, I am not in the future, I am in the present. In front of a Sadguru, in front of Bhagavan Sri Sat Sai Baba, I am just I am. I am just I am. Meaning just to be, B-E, just to be. Nothing of the past, nothing of the future. Yesterday, some elderly person was telling me, Anil Kumar, if I fall sick, who will come to help me? It's a funny question. That is applicable to everybody. Why you? Two, why do you think that you should fall sick? And when you fall sick, a problem will find a solution then. How can I give a solution now for a problem which is to happen in future? A problem of the future cannot have a solution today, in the present. I was simply laughing, and that lady might have felt I am a fool. Well, let me be a fool by not finding a solution to the problem of the future. Because future is uncertain. When I fall sick, who will come to my help? You fall sick, somebody will come to help. Somebody. Don't think that so and so alone will come to me. Not necessary. A good Samaritan, as per the Holy Bible, a good Samaritan will come to you. Swami himself will come in another form, some form or other, known or unknown. But timely action, timely anchor, a timely support will certainly be given to you. He will never leave you like that. We should have that conviction. I know A, B, C, and A left home, B is in vacation, C may go anyway. Oh, what will happen to you? To me? Some Z will, X, Y, Z will come. In the place of A, B, C, there will be X, Y, Z. Therefore, my friends, life is in the present. Life is not past, because past is death. Future is uncertain. Future is not guaranteed. Life is here now. Therefore, Bhagavan Sri Sat Sai Baba Sadguru, whatever he speaks, whatever he wants to commune with us, has got to something to the present, unmindful of the past, forgetting the future. That's what it is. Not only that, in sleep we are unconscious. Now we are conscious, I believe, because I don't find anybody sleeping. I don't hear anybody snoring either. You are quite alert, as I see from here. Good. Because some of our students are experts who can sleep with the eyes open. We think they are following you. If we just ask them, you'll understand. It's a special skill to sleep with the eyes open. Samadhi state. Wow. I don't know whom to congratulate. Shall I congratulate my student for being able to sleep with the eyes open, or for my efficient skills of communication? that helps that man to go to Samadhi immediately. Or both, I do not know. So it happens like that. We know two states, my friends. One state is unconscious state, when we are in sleep. This state is conscious state. We are not asleep. I see you, you see me. We see each other. I hear you, I listen to you. We are aware of all this all. Conscious state. In other words, all the senses are active, including the mind. The senses and the mind are active in conscious state. In unconscious state, mind is withdrawn. The senses are inactive, senseless. Sir, no, sir, I am sensible even in sleep. Something wrong with you. So, senses are inactive. Mind is withdrawn in unconscious state. While in conscious state, senses are active. The mind is alert. But what does Baba speak about it? Does he speak to my conscious state? Does he speak to my unconscious state? What does he speak about it? A Sadguru, what is that he addresses himself? Baba's, a Sadguru's message is to transcend above unconscious and conscious state. Above. Something more, something beyond. It is not merely unconscious. It is not merely conscious. Why? How? Simple. I know I am conscious now. I also know in sleep I am unconscious. In sleep I am unconscious, I know. Now I am conscious, I know. Then who am I? Conscious or unconscious? Who am I? My friends, tell me. I know I was unconscious. I know I am conscious. Then who am I? Conscious or unconscious? None of the two beyond super consciousness, beyond a witness. I know what I am conscious. I know that I am unconscious. That I is non-dual. Non-dual. That I is special. That I is a witness. That I is something beyond. So that what Swami is. That's what you and I are. That which is non-dual, beyond conscious and unconscious, is the reality of what we are, is the reality of what Swami is all about. That is the job of a Sadguru, to tell you what you are. You are neither conscious nor unconscious. You are beyond. That is the job, what Swami tells us. Therefore, my friends, how Swami talks restlessly. There are more than 60 volumes of Sathya Sai speaks. Excuse me if I bring to your notice a little conversation between me and Swami in Kodaikanal. Swami was in a lighter mood, is in a jolly mood in Kodaikanal. He is completely cheerful and playful in Kodaikanal, because free from administration and complaints. He is very cheerful. He said, Anil Kumar, say a few words. I am always ready. My job is to make Bhagavan laugh and smile. I always prayed, Swami, let me not add one more by placing before you appeals, requests, demands, joint pains, cataract. No. I shall not submit to you any letter of request. I will not ask you anything. Let me not add to the list 100 letters of request you had. Let me not be 101. My only job is to make you smile. That's it. If I can make you feel relaxed, enjoy, see you smile, well, I feel that my life is fulfilled. It is in this context, in a lighter vein, seeking His pardon, I took liberty to say, if there is a competition between God and a human being, a competition, tug of war, man won and God is defeated. That is a statement I made. God lost, man won the game. Swami was sitting there and he was showing signs, making fun of me. This man off the brains, lost. I'm watching him. I enjoyed his gestures. I enjoyed because I want that. My purpose is that. Then I said, Bhagavan, let me explain how man won, how God lost. As per the scripture, God comes down on earth as avatar, advent. You have come down on earth as avatar many, many times. 10 are chief, important. Dasha, 10 avatar. God coming down 10 times. 10 avatars are prominent, are dominant, are important. 10 times you have come down. Are you successful in changing me? You have not. Because you failed for the first time, you have to come again. You failed for the second time, you have come to again. You are coming again and again and could not change me. I continue to be ignorant. I continue to be foolish. I continue to remain in that state, what I have been, life after life after life. You come again and again, helplessly. Who won the game? You want to change me? You could not. So, by remaining that changeless state, of helpless state, of remaining in what I have been, I won and you lost. Then Swami was burst into laughter. He said, say it again, you are correct. You are correct. Or else why should you take so many chances, 10 chances, 10 chances? You could not. Come September. We teachers know what September is. If a student fails in March, he has to come again for September, supplementary examination. God has to take 10 chances, but still has to take some more chances. He cannot change me. Therefore, my friends, he is not tired. He is not tired. He is not exhausted. He is not bored. He has no complaint. Still he loves. Still he loves. When my father comes to know that I am not listening to me, he is fed up with me. Go. Go to the hell. Get lost. I have nothing to tell you anymore. I am tired of you. Mother may get tired of me. Father may get tired of me. Of course, wife gets tired every day. Children don't face me. But our dear God, full of love, never gets tired, never gets exhausted. He would like to talk to me every day, knowing fully well I will never change, because he has got that love. Therefore, my friends, once we have that love, we may change someday. Because he has got all the love. Love is Baba. Baba is love. But I am not that love. Because my love is selfish. My love is occasional, seasonal, incidental, accidental, conditional. This conditional, seasonal love will never help me to change. If I have that love, supreme love, as his love, there will be easy rapport, there is easy conversion, there is easy transformation. That's what I need now. I need now that unconditional love as Baba's love. Baba's love is unconditional. How do I know? He says, do that which I do not. But still I come and he smiles. He says, don't do that. I still do that. Still he loves me. So when you do or don't, follow or don't, more often the other side. But still he loves, still he smiles, still allows us to enter into this holy precincts of Prashanti Nilayam. Therefore, if we have that unconditional love, yes, we can change. We should be receptive, sensitive to what he says. Most often we are not receptive, we are not sensitive. Why? We are full of desires. We have got our own applications. We have got our own submissions. We have got our own selfish desires. We are not open. When you are not open, how can I change? Therefore, I need to cultivate that unconditional love. I need to be receptive. I need to surrender to him. I don't surrender. Swami, I say you are God, provided my son gets married with high amount of dowry. I accept you are divine if I get my daughter married without dowry, son with dowry, daughter without dowry, and he has to fulfill both the desires. How can that be surrender? Therefore, I need to have that unconditional love, that spirit of surrender. What is surrender? Acceptance. Whatever that is given to me, positive or negative, to my view, to my understanding, it may be negative, but what he has given me as prasad, I have to receive. I have to receive bumps, jumps, shocks, lashes, slashes, ups and downs, with equal pleasure, with equal poise, with equal mindedness, with a spirit of equanimity. That is surrender, or else not. Readiness to accept. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Tasmin pritistasya priyakarya sadhanancha tadupasanameva. O God, let you mold my mind to accept whatever you give to me. Whatever that happens to me, O God, let me receive happily. That is what is called surrender. That I need to cultivate. Not only that, Swami, I hear and clap and come out. Abba, what a wonderful speech Swami made. What a fool I am. Am I here to compliment Swami? Is a political leader to be cheered, applauded? He is not a political leader. It doesn't go by your claps. No. He doesn't need your certificate nor your applause. No. My prayer should be, Swami, let me not be an outsider to clap, to cheer your talks. Let me not be one in the audience. Let me be a part of you, Bhagavan. Let me be a part of you. Like the mother who carries the child in her womb. The child in the womb of a mother is part of the mother, is not an outsider. Bhagavan, let me be a part of you. As you breathe, let me breathe. As you eat, let me eat. Let like a baby in mother's womb, part of you, that should be my prayer. Whatever mother eats, that goes to the child. It is absorption, imbibition, absorption. Something like a blotting paper that absorbs. Swami, let me be a source of absorption, an object of assimilation, a sample of total reception, not merely an outsider, Bhagavan. But, Swami, you are the one of compassion. You are the one of total love that made you talk to us for 80 long years. You spoke to us for decades and decades. You gave number of talks for decades and decades. You worked tirelessly. Yes, because of your love, Bhagavan. Because of your compassion. My job is to be reborn. Reborn, the second life. After coming to Swami, it is a second life. It is fresh lease of life. It is a new birth. A new birth. From how many accidents He saved our lives? From how many moments of death He resurrected us? From how many times of total loss He saved our life? Why? So that we may be reborn. Every miracle in life is not to be shared with everybody. Somebody will say, I got a miracle. Stop that nonsense. A miracle that happened in your life should take you to a new life. I'm reborn. There is a new life. I'm transformed. That is the purpose of the miracle. Not to simply blabber about it. Not to simply give wide propaganda or publicity. No. Let me be reborn. My God, let me be a child in your womb, my divine mother, should be my prayer. Bhagavan, I know that you don't appeal to my mind. No. It is not romance between you and me, mind to mind. No. It is not simple romance between two lovers. But this is divine romance, divine romance. Romance in the ordinary world happens at a particular age. Teenagers, yes, they are romantic. Youngsters, middle age, they are romantic. People of my age are rheumatic with arthritis. no romance. But the divine romance is beyond age. It can take place any time. I may be 70s, and I may be in 80s, but still I enjoy the divine romance. The divine romance is not of the mind. The worldly romance is of the mind. Because the worldly romance is of the mind, therefore we go on changing persons. One husband for 10 years, another husband for 15 years, contract marriages, divorces. Because the physical worldly romance is contractual, but not actual. The worldly romance is contractual, but not actual. But the divine romance is eternal. Nothing to do with my age, nothing to do with my profession, nothing to do with my property. The divine romance continues from womb to the tomb. The divine romance continues from birth to death, because I and he are one. Because it is a romance heart to heart, not to mind to mind. Swami's romance is heart to heart, but not mind to mind. How? Swami, I am part of you. You are part of me. We are inseparable. I am not without you. You are not without me. We are together. That's what is meant by Ardhanarishwara. Lord Shiva has got Parvati part of his body. Shiva and Parvati, the holy pair that exist together to eternity. Bhagavan, I am Ardhanarishwara. You are Ardhanarishwara because I am part of you. When you are Shiva, I am Parvati. When you are Shankara, I am Bhavani. When you are Rama, I am Sita. When you are energy, I am the matter. Where the two wires? Where the two wires? Where inseparable, you are part of me, I am part of you. That is the role of the Divine Master. May Bhagavan be with us forever and evermore. Thank you for listening to the talk in rapt attention. Asato ma sadgama tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrutyorma amrutangamaya. Samasta lokha samasta lokha sukhino bhavantu. Samasta lokha sukhino bhavantu. Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सच्चाई बाबा जी की जय बोलो भगवान श्री सच्चाई बाबा जी की जय बोलो भगवान श्री सच्चाई बाबा जी की. May Sai bless you. Thank you.